Hello, 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 hello. I am AnneHumphrey, your upcoming best-selling author of Dammit, Execute. Dammit, Execute. First, I'd like to say because I said I was going to start this at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today, which is Friday, September 20th, 2019. However, I ran into some technical difficulties, and that's how it goes, but you do not stop. I still make sure that I jump on. So the time now is 7:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I want to thank you all for your patience in waiting for me to come on. I just want to check something real quick before we jump right in to make sure that I am actually live. It does say I am, but I just want to make sure that I am live. In the meantime, what I like for you to do while I am checking to make sure that I am actually live, grab a pen, paper, have your ears and your mind open, because I'm about to pull back the black curtain and share a few things with you about myself as the author and why Dammit, Execute, I already know is a bestseller. I do have some speaking topics that I'm going to go over. I may not be able to go through them all, but I will make sure that I tackle as many as possible, so then you will be able to walk with me during this beautiful journey of becoming a best-selling author. So give me just a moment. I just want to make sure that I am live. Let's see here. Okay, let me just make sure I see myself. Okay. Let's see. All right, well, let me just look one other place and make sure that I am live. Well, for those of you, if you are already on and you can actually hear me and see me, send me a message oh, okay, I do see it. Oh, this is fantastic. Cool beans. Okay, wonderful, 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 wonderful. Because you just never know. And I just want to make sure that I am live instead of speaking to my camera and it's actually not live. So let's jump right in. As I had mentioned earlier, I am AnneHumphrey, and I already know, that I have been blessed and given a bestseller. And I kind of want to go back a little bit. First of all, let me just say thank you to all the Facebookers who have already liked this page and shared this page with other like-minded individuals. I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. I so appreciate your support. I so appreciate your support. I want to thank my Twitterers as well for you continuing to share and like. I also want to thank my Instagrammers. Listen, folks, I don't know what's in the water over there in Instagram, but every time, whenever I share an Insta story on Instagram, I have people all over the world looking. So I thank you, Instagrammers. I appreciate that I have piqued your interest enough to cause you to stop by, take a look at my Insta story, and see what I am all about. Let me just do this here. I just feel like I had a little lipstick on me. You know, this is real, ladies and gentlemen. This is real. So, and then to all my YouTubers, hello. Thank you, YouTubers, for taking also out of your busy schedule to take a look at my videos. Please hit the subscribe button below and also hit the bell so then you'll know when I have uploaded another fantastic, informative video. So let's jump right in. So one of the things that I said that I wanted to do, I shared a post giving everyone an idea of the topics that I wanted to discuss. But as I just mentioned, I want to kind of take you back to memory lane. For those of you who may not know who I am, who may not have never really been on this page, you probably just liked this page within the last 24 to 48 hours, or you could have already liked this page and you're still wanting to get to know me as a person, as a human being. And why do I keep saying that Dammit, Execute is a bestseller? So let's talk about that. So here it is. I was in the process of writing another bestseller, and I was, putting everything together, looking at the chapters, writing for those chapters. And one thing that I mentioned in my last video is to make sure that you write everything down, even if you're not really too sure of the direction that you're going, but write it out because, for me, I am under the belief that the more you write out things, the more the dots will be connected. So here it is. I've written out all of this stuff for this other book that I said, oh, this is going to be the book that is going to be the first bestseller, and not realizing that although that book is still going to be a bestseller, however, I had, what did I call it? I called it Execute, damn it, or something I said to that. Either I said, damn it, execute. In other words, I had it as a chapter. I think it was a chapter in chapter 9 or 10 in this other book that I am composing. And it was not until it dawned on me that that is a standalone title. Not only is it a standalone title, it is one that has the privilege of being on its own, having its own book. And so I was like, ding, 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 ding. Oh my, here it is. Here it is. I could not believe that here it is. I could not believe that what I thought was a chapter in another book was in actuality a book of its own. Now, I just was told to make sure, just got a text here to make sure that I share this on my other page. So give me a second. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is real time. Okay, let's see. I could not believe. You see, you're probably going to hear me, but give me a moment. Here it is. I could not believe that what I thought was a chapter in another book. Okay. All right. So I just shared it. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, this is as real as you can get. Okay. But let me get back to the story. Okay. The beauty of everything is I thought it was a chapter in another book. And it was not until I realized that what I thought was a chapter was in actuality a book of its own. And then that's when I realized, I said, oh, no wonder I was not able to move forward because I had misplaced what I thought was a chapter, basically being hidden in chapters upon chapters upon chapters, because it really deserved its own cover. And that's the beauty and that's the art in writing, because oftentimes, as a writer, what you may believe belongs in one place really belong in another place. And it's okay. I want to make sure I stress that. It is okay if you have misplaced it. Where it becomes a bit challenging is if once you have recognized that you have misplaced it and you still keep it there, then that's when things begin to get more challenging, because now you have been told, or you have the foresight and you have the insight of actually seeing, wow, this doesn't belong here. This really belongs on a cover. So I executed immediately and I said, oh my God, that's it. Dammit, execute. And it's a book. It's not only a book, ladies and gentlemen, it is a series of books. For anyone who know me very close, they know that I have already said that the Dammits are going to be so huge that people are going to be able to grab whichever Dammit that they need in order for that subject matter. However, the first Dammit that's making its debut here in the global world will be Dammit, execute. And so in real time, I like to be able to show this. I want to be able to show for those people who may not have ever seen the revised cover, because a lot of people, they and we're going to talk about revisions. Okay, let me just do this, show this in real time. Okay, you see that? That's the new cover, but all you have to do is just go to dammitexecute.com and you'll be able to see everything, but it shows you the entire cover. And it also shows you too that I revise it, because the reason why I like to show this is because a lot of people think that you have to know everything. And no, you don't. You don't have to know everything. You just have to be flexible and willing to, when something else surfaces, for you to understand that, oh, then put it this way. So let me tell you the entire title. It's called Dammit, Execute, and the subtitle is The Science of Execution Revealed. Learn 4 key principles to getting out of your own way while optimizing success. Okay, let's do that. While Optimizing Success by AnneHumphrey, by yours truly. So again, I just like to show this because this was not the exact title at first. The first title was just Dammit, Execute, and learning the 4 key principles. It was not until I would say 30s, 40, 60 days ago, that's when it dawned on me, oh my God, the science of execution revealed, and that must be on my cover. So again, I'm going to go through that a little bit about revision and just knowing and just being flexible during this entire process, and just not, not saying I had it set this way and I'm going to keep it that way and I'm going to publish my book regardless, because then you're doing a disservice to the vision that was brought and given to you, and you're not being obedient to it. So first of all, one of the key topics that I said I wanted to discuss is defining execution. Now, according to Google, and I'm going to repeat everything that Google says, they define execution as this. They said the carrying out or putting into effect of a plan, order, or course of action. Now, most of you, I've had people to ask, well, Anne, why are you writing a book? Okay, Anne, I understand why you're writing the book if it was just execution, but why are you saying, damn it, execute? And I'm so glad that I get that question, because the reason why, not only am I not just saying execute, but I am very provocative in my title by saying, damn it, execute, is simply because of this, ladies and gentlemen. One thing that I know about people, for some odd reason, and I find this very odd, I don't know why, but for some odd reason, the more you keep saying, come on, you can do it, come on, believe in yourself, come on, I believe in you, come on, you got it. And the more you keep doing those things and saying those same old things over and over and over again, sometimes people don't hear you. Sometimes it becomes like a narrative that they've heard over and over again, and they still stay stuck. They still stay in that place that is their comfort zone. And we know a lot of people who you can give them the rah, rah, rah and the ha, 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 and they still stay there. And what I found with people, and because of the fact that I work with all kinds of people of all walks of life and have been doing this for over 20 years, I found that when you get when you change your language pattern, when the language pattern changes and you're no longer coddling them, you're calling a thing, and you have to sometimes really wake them up and give them a jolt. That's the only way I can explain it. Like, sometimes you have to give them a jolt. And in order to do that, you cannot sound like everyone else in their environment. Those people who like to coddle them, because then you'll just become background noise. Because they're so used to hearing, come on, you can do it. I believe in you. I'm going to give you, I'm going to be with you. I'm going to walk with you. Come on, you can do it. See, then that becomes background noise. And not saying that they don't move, not saying that they don't execute, they could, but then they go back into that same comfort zone. But gosh darn it, when you say, damn it, execute, it's like, oh my God, I got to execute. It's waking that person up. It's waking them up out of that sleepwalking state that they are so comfortable in being. See, ladies and gentlemen, that's the reason why. And of course, you're going to have to get the book. I can't share too much, because that's the reason why the book is being written. Well, one thing that I talk about in my book is that people are walking around and they're sleepwalking. And the reason why they're sleepwalking is because there's so many things around them that allows them to not be held accountable. And I'm not saying that they are bad people because they're sleeping around. No, these are people that could be extraordinary people. But then there could be people that they have forgotten their special gifts. They have forgotten their superpower. They have forgotten so much till they're willing to conform. So then they don't, and they're not looked at in their greatness. And isn't that sad? Isn't that sad? You know, so you have different people. You have sleepwalkers, and then you have people that they have conformed so much till they have forgotten, I'm a superpower. I have a superpower within me. And why am I allowing my light to be dimmed? And then sometimes people just need to know that they give themselves permission, not needing permission or requiring permission from anyone else or validation from anyone else. So I don't want to say too much. I think I've said a lot. Well, I don't want to say too much, but this is the reason why I have such a provocative title called Dammit, Execute. Because it's important. It's important to let people know it's okay. You have the right to have your light shine bright. It is your right. It is your birthright. And don't dim your light to make others comfortable. One of the things that I shared the other day, for those of you who take a look at my page and who take a look at the different posts that I share and the things that I do a lot of hashtags DE, because I want to give people an opportunity to be able to have a glimpse into this fantastic book that is going to literally transform the self-help and self-development industry altogether. I said the other day that this book will be the gold standard in the self-help and self-development genre. And I said it, and I'm sticking to it because I already know. And the reason why I can say that so with certainty is because there are new leaders rising. And there's an information that I only know that I must tell it because no one else has this information. No one else can tell the story because they haven't lived it. They haven't seen it. They didn't have my exposure. I've been exposed to something that books can't even write about. And that's the reason why I'm the author that's going to put it in the book and that's going to change the trajectory in the self-help industry. So in self-development industry and genre. I just really also believe that it's this book is going to cause another genre to be created. I also believe that some wonderful and magical things are going to manifest, all because I decided to follow through and be obedient in writing my bestseller. So let's go on a little bit more. I talked about one of the talking points about the execution benefits. And I kind of just touched upon it just now when I was saying that when you are not properly executing to the highest level that you know that you can do, you are not performing at your highest level. And in the environment that you're in, that really need you and require that you perform at your highest level, you are not only doing yourself a disservice, but you're also doing a disservice to the environment that your gift has placed you. So you guys don't get this. You guys don't get it. You guys don't. Listen, there is a benefit to executing, and not executing being empty and meaningless in your execution, but executing in a way that causes your environment to really see not only who you are, but why you were sent. Wow. And if you are not executing at the level that you know that you can execute, then that gift is going to have to go to someone else who is willing and being obedient to execute no matter what. And so the benefits of you executing at your highest level or your highest self, then you get rewarded with other things that you must execute. You cannot get the reward. You cannot get other assignments if you have not properly executed with what you already have and done it in such a way that you're not just talking about it. That, yeah, if you want to speak about it and cause it to manifest, of course, yes, of course, you speak to it. You know that it's going to manifest, but you don't stop there. That you actually have to be what you speak in order for you to really see the benefits of what you or that particular assignment was for you to do, to really see why you had to do it. Because there are people in your environment, it's really expecting for you to show up. And you know, plenty of you who are sitting out there looking at me, you're not showing up. You're waiting for someone else to give you permission to show up. You are literally in a standstill and say, if I show up, then the group that I'm with, or this clique, or this alliance, or whatever it is, because I've heard people saying, well, hey, Ann, if I do that, then people will think that I'm better. Well, then you need to change the people that you're with, because if you're in my tribe, you can't even be there if you're not playing at the highest level. You see the difference? You see how the conversation is different? I only want people who are at their best. I want to surround myself with people who I can learn from. I enjoy people who use their gifts to the max. So let me share this story. So I have a friend, and he'll know who I'm speaking about. Only reason I can't say his name because he didn't give me, he doesn't know that I was going to talk about this, but he'll know when I speak about this. I have a friend of mine that if whatever type of business that I get into, or whatever type of, creation that I create, I always call him my, the money man. And why? Because that's his gift. He understands numbers. He's a stockbroker, he loves numbers. He can eat, sleep, live numbers, okay? He goes to, I always tease him. I say, you go to sleep and you've got numbers in your head, okay? He can create graphs and charts and he can give a forecast as to if you start here and in the next 5 years you will be here. That's his gift. That's his gift. And it's not difficult for him to be able to do at all, not even a little bit. It's just like he grabs paper and he can just begin to write. Here it is. Now my paper here will stay empty, but his will be filled with so much information. Why? Because he understands it. He gets it. So he will create a mastermind and produce something so outrageous that I say, well, how do you do that? Well, I say that because at the end of the day, you have to allow people who are gifted in their gifts to do their gifts. See, I share the stories because that's not my area of expertise. That's not my area of expertise. I'm not interested in learning how to do graphs and learning how to do numbers and all that other stuff. You must allow other people who are gifted. Hi, Joshua. How are you? I'm using a little bit of the orange. I forgot the name of that lipstick from Mary Kay. Joshua is with Mary Kay. Joshua, if you can, put your link below for those people who may be interested. So Joshua, I ordered this fabulous lipstick from Joshua the other day. So I've got it mixed in with my red and my beautiful orange. I forgot what the name of it, so I don't want to, give it the wrong name. But Joshua is my Mary Kay consultant, and any of your makeup needs, you want to look fabulous, you got to go see Joshua Suarez because he is the best. But let me go back to the gentleman that I was speaking about, that his claim to fame is numbers. So why is it that I'm trying to do the numbers? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all to do the numbers. Allow him to do the numbers. And so you got to just know your gift. You got to and you have to allow those people who are in your tribe to do what they're good at. Let them execute to their highest version of themselves. Why am I over there doing numbers and that's not my area of expertise? I'm not interested. I also have my mother. My mother, I always say that my mother is the vice president of all my businesses. Why? Because my mother has been doing contracts and negotiating contracts and writing up contracts ever since I was a little kid because of the businesses that my mother and father had. My mother is great with numbers. My mother can calculate numbers in her head. Why should I try to do that? That's not my gift. I mean, yes, I know how to count money. I know how to add and subtract. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that her gift, my mother's gift, is numbers. My mother loves it. She eats, sleep, lives it. So why is it that I need to do what she's good at? Just have her on the team and just keep it simple. So listen, this is the reason why it's so important that in your tribe, and I'm going to talk about that in the book, of getting with a tribe of people who can complement you. That's why I just said just earlier about Joshua. I'm not, and I love Mary Kay, but he's my Mary Kay consultant. Okay. And if I was to go in that direction, then I will go and speak with Joshua. But in the meantime, let Joshua, he's the expert in that area. I mean, although I've done Mary Kay many years ago, and Mary Kay is a phenomenal company, but Joshua can tell me more about Mary Kay because I'm no longer in it. If I wanted to have another video and I wanted to have an expert to talk about Mary Kay, someone who I know, someone who I appreciate, someone who I just met and just had this fantastic, like it was almost like I knew Joshua from years ago and I had never met him. I had just only met him, but we had just had this great, fantastic energy. bring Joshua. He's the expert. So allow those people in your tribe who have a gift, allow them to execute fully, because then that just makes your stronger, because you allow those people who are good at what they're at, you allow them to do what they do, and then you do what you do. And that's the reason why when you have a tribe of people who are executing and getting things done, you get bigger. They get bigger. Everybody feeds off of each other. And that goes into understanding the execution. And why execution is so important, because if you begin to knowing how to really execute in different areas of your life and really understanding why execution is so important, let me go back to the definition. It says the carrying out or putting into effect of a plan, order, or course of action. And I say, damn it, execute. It's just that simple. Get out of your way. That's the reason why I'm going to talk about 4 key principles, because a lot of people are in their way. Let me just share something that I wrote again, because, you know, I like to share real life things. And the reason why I like to do that is because people think that they have to have all the answers. And you don't. You just have to be willing to listen and be obedient when that information comes to you. Something that I shared, the other day, and I said to this, I shared it in some kind of way. I said, my book will speak to your soul so that you can rise up. Now listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to show this. I can't show everything, but right there, so you can rise up. Okay? The reason why I'm sharing these things is because I want people to understand that every day I become marveled by what is gifted to me. I am still revising my book, ladies and gentlemen. I am still writing it. See, oftentimes people believe that you have to have a finished product. But let me share this with you. If you continue to believe that you must have a finished product, and I know so many other writers who get into this pitfall, and I don't know where this is taught, but let's look at the big people. Let's look at the Oprah Winfreys and the Jack Canfields. I've already said I'm going to be the 3rd best friend to Oprah Winfrey, but let's look at the Jack Canfields, the Chicken Soup for the Soul, and the Success Principles that he's written. Let's look at the Rhonda Burns. Let's look at all of these people Tim Ferriss. Let's look at all of these people who have written bestsellers. What did he do? They're not waiting until the product is done. Let's look at the Lisa Nichols. Lisa Nichols, let me tell you, I had already knew about her book before she had even, before she even finished writing it. I was journeying with Lisa Nichols on her Facebook Lives. And then it came a time that we did it took some time, and then it came a time that she did pre-orders. And then before I even got the book in my hand, it was already a bestseller. Now let's go back. That's the reason why, I have my upcoming, book journey tell-all, and I can't give you every step, because if for those of people who coach with me, who work with me, I'll be able to do that. But if you come to that event on November 9th, I'm going to share some secrets that a lot of people don't even know, and they're not aware of. I've heard too many times from other authors who are saying, well, hey, Anne, I see that you're talking about your book, but aren't you supposed to talk about it once you have fully finished writing the manuscript and that you have taken it to the publishers and that you're about to receive your boxes and boxes and boxes of books the next week. No, 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 ladies and gentlemen, that's backwards. And the reason why I say that's backwards, because you've got to start piquing the interest of your community, of your tribe, of the readers before that process. See, oftentimes people begin to market their book once they have their book in their hand. And wrong, 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 wrong. Now, you don't have to take my, advice and say, well, hey, Anne, you haven't written a book yet, and how do you know that's wrong? Well, I'll just show it to you. And that's why I'm leading by example, because oftentimes people believe, well, I don't want to tell anybody that I'm writing a book. I'm only going to tell this little cluster group of people. And then I'm going to secretly, be writing, secretly writing everything. And secretly next year I'll publish my book. And then secretly I'll wait till my books get to my house. And then secretly I'll have a private, book, meet the author. Well, what happened to all of that time, ladies and gentlemen? What happened to all of that time that you could have had people sitting on the edge of their seat wanting to say, whoa, what is this book about? I cannot wait to hear about it, because you've dropped nuggets. You've dropped, like I'm doing. I constantly share statements from the book. I constantly share beautiful things that are happening that they can look forward to reading. I mean, why? Because I know there's a lot of people who are sitting back there who's just looking, who's just saying, hey, I'm not too sure. I want to see what she's talking about. I want to learn a little bit more. I'm not going to click like or anything. I'm not going to click love or anything, but I'm going to read everything that she writes. I'm going to read everything that she posts. And that's fine, ladies and gentlemen. I understand that I have to earn the privilege. I have to earn that privilege, and I love earning privileges. See, I don't believe that it should be just given to me. What I do know, and what I don't require permission on is knowing that I'm a bestseller. I don't need anybody else's validation on that. Okay. And what I do know, and that I don't require permission on, is how I am positioning myself as an upcoming best-selling author by sharing my fantastic, I would say, meaningful, mind-opening text with you on a daily basis or every other day. I don't need permission to do that. Okay. See, so there are certain things that I understand that I have to earn the privilege of having your, for you to go and say, hey, I'm going to be with her every step of the way. And that is I'm going to partner with her, in her book journey. I'm going to partner with her with donating to her cause. I understand I have to earn that privilege. But what I want to say is, this is such a beautiful process. Every day, it's unfolding for me. Every day, I am met with other experiences that that allows me to be able to write better for you. And the reason why I say that, and when I say you, meaning you, the reader, the reason why I say that is simply because of this. There are people right now who are having a tough time. There are people right now who need that jolt. There are people right now who are good people, who work hard, who are good mothers, who are good fathers, who are good community people, who go to church, who help who help people that are in need, who just are great people all around. And they really want to find a source and a resource to just give them some pep back into their step. See, the good thing about Dammit, Execute. Dammit, Execute is a book that's going to show you that it's not that you require a lot of transformation. It's not that you require 50% of transforming your life. It could be something as less than 2%. Something that is so small, but wildly transformative. So let me share this story because it's important. It's important to share stories, and the reason why it's important to share stories is because you'll be able to really understand why I do what I do. So back in 2008, I had the pleasure of walking on fire with Tony Robbins. I went to the UPW, Unleash the Power Within, and I'm not getting paid to talk about this at all. I don't know Tony Robbins directly, although in 2008, I had the pleasure of giving him a high five when he came down into the audience. My energy touched his energy. He had his beautiful wife, Sage, was there. I didn't see her, but I know that he announced that she was there because if you've ever gone to a UPW, you know the room is humongous. And there's loads and loads of people there. And so Tony Robbins, he's huge, he's gigantic, he's tall, and he come down stage full of energy, you can actually see it oozing out of his pores. If there was a light of a vibrational light, we would see it forming all around him, like he was just this brilliant light of vibration. And something Tony Robbins taught us, that it could be something as less than 2% that can literally change your life, change the trajectory of your outcome. So there was this young lady who was there with me, and she was there with me. We both decided to go and see Tony Robbins. I told her, I said, listen, I'm going to see Tony Robbins in Orlando, Florida. If you want to come, you got to come. You got to get your tickets, blah, blah, blah. And so we did. And so we took it to heart. what Tony Robbins, taught us. And Tony Robbins says that, you've got to take massive action. He says massive action. I say, damn it, execute. Okay. And Tony Robbins says you have to take massive action. And something that her and I did, and I'm going to share this story. I shared it with some people who are close to me, but I don't think I've ever shared it on a video. So this is your moment. You're getting some behind the scenes information from my upcoming best-selling book of Dammit, Execute, because I think it's important for me to share some stories. I can't share them all because you've got to purchase the book. So this is what we did. So after the event, after we walked on fire, and that was a thrilling, amazing, life-changing, transformative, mind-opening, mind-blowing. It was just all exhilarating, thrilling, experience. This is what we said. We said, okay. All right, so we said, okay, well, what are we going to do? We're going to take some massive action. We did so many things right there in the power of now. And what we did, how we executed was this. We said, we're going to go to Walgreens. We're going to go to Walgreens. And when we go to Walgreens, we're going to get some girly things. And any of my women who are watching this, we love wearing lashes. We love wearing eyelashes. And so that's what we did. We was like, okay, we're going to go get some eyelashes. I know the guys who are looking at this are probably like, okay, here it is. Here we go. But I want you to listen to the story so men don't tune this out, because it's important that you get this. It's important that you get this. It's important that you get this. So we go to Walgreens. And again, Walgreens is not paying me to say this because I'm not getting a check from Walgreens, but that's where we went. We went to Walgreens. So walking inside Walgreens, and we find lashes. So we said, okay. And not only did we get lashes, we did the individual. That there's women out there, there's two types of lashes you can get. You can get lashes that's already on the web, or you can get lashes that are individuals. So the young lady who I went with, she says, well, Ann, we're going to get individual lashes and I'll put your lashes on for you. Well, because I really did not know how to do the individuals, I only knew how to do the lash, put on the lash that has the web on it, because, you don't have to do them one by one. So I didn't know what to do. I said, okay, great. Well, at that moment, we get back to our hotel. We're thrilled because the next day we're going to go back to see Tony Robbins. Okay, because if you've been to UPW, it's a 3-day event, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. At least those were the days for my UPW experience in 2008 in Orlando, Florida, at the Gaylord Hotel. So we get back to our hotel room. And then it just dawned on me. I said to the young lady who was with me, I said, I'm not going to have you do my lashes. No way. I'm not going to have you do my lashes at all. And the reason I'm not going to have you do my lashes is because you live in Atlanta. And then if I need my lashes done, you're going to be in Atlanta, and I'm not going to know how to do my individual lashes. So she says, oh, okay. So then right then and there, I took massive action to say, I'm going to put on my individual lashes. Never did this before. Now, I know, men, please stay with me, men. Don't go anywhere, because there's a message behind this. There's a message behind this, okay? So I watched her as she began putting on her individual lashes. And when she put on her individual lashes, it looked so easy. I was like, oh my goodness. Oh, that's how you do it? And she had the whole thing. We had the pack of lashes with the lash glue, and we had tweezers. That is it. The pack of lashes, just one pack, and the lash glue and tweezers. And so I said, oh my goodness. So I'm watching her as she put on lash after lash after lash after lash. And so I said, oh, I'll be able to do that. I said, I'm going to do it. So we had already had dinner, we ate and everything. And so I go into my bathroom to begin putting on my lashes. Now, this is where the test began. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I know that you're saying, Anne, you're talking about lashes. Yes, because it's a big story behind this. I don't want you to miss the story. I go into the mirror and I'm standing in front of the mirror. So I'm just like this. I'm going to pretend like this is my mirror. Okay. So I've got my tweezers. I've got the lash glue, and I'm like this. I'm like this. I'm trying to put it on with the tweezers, and then after a while, the lash falls right into my eye. So now I've got the lash that fell into my eye. I've got the glue that's in my eye. Yes, lady. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I had lash glue in my eyes, ladies and gentlemen. But I didn't stop. My eye was turning red, and I'm not saying for anyone to do this because you have to be very, very, very careful, okay? But this is just in my nature that I'm not going to be defeated. Let me tell you how long this process was. I didn't get it the first time. I didn't get it the second time. I didn't get it the third time. I didn't get it the fourth time, the fifth time, the sixth time, the 10th time, the 20th time. It got to the point, ladies and gentlemen, that the young lady who was with me, she came into the bathroom where I was. She says, Anne, you are still up putting on your lashes? I said, yes. She saw my eyes were extremely red because the lash kept falling in there, which it had the glue, which is not safe to do that. Listen, I'm not saying for you to do this. I'm just telling you what I did. And she says, Anne, you are still up doing your lashes. And to the point she was laughing. She's like, Anne, I'll just do them for you. And her and I both had a chuckle. And I said, nope. No, you will not do my lashes because when you go back to Atlanta, I'm not going to know what to do. I would have to go to one of the ladies in one of the shops and get it done. And I want to do it myself. So no, thank you, but no, thank you. By this time, she's gone to bed. It had to be about 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm still in the mirror. And I refused to be denied. I said to those lashes, I was like, listen, those individual lashes, I said, listen, you're going to be in my eye. I don't care how many of you fall in my eye. I don't care how bloodshot red my eyes become. I refuse to stop. I kept executing, ladies and gentlemen. I kept on executing. I did not go to bed until I would say about 3, 4 o'clock in the morning because I stayed the rest of the night. Because don't forget now, we got to our place late, okay? Because his events would stay a little bit later. Went to Walgreens, had something to eat. She quickly did her lashes because she knew how to do the individual lashes. But I said, I'm not going to have her. At first, I said she could do my lashes. And then I said, no, I'm not going to have her to do my lashes. And the moral of the story is this, ladies and gentlemen. And I know I went through the whole thing that I didn't go to bed until 3 or 4 o'clock. But what I wanted to tell you is this. Number one, the first thing that I did is refuse to be denied, is to fold, is to stop, is to say, okay, I'll wait in the morning and have her put them on for me. No, that wasn't going to happen. And then secondly, let's get back to the 2%. What Tony Robbins said. Tony Robbins says it takes less than 2% for you to basically tweak your life and for you to take massive action, for you to see something, like you transforming your life outrageously. And again, these are my words. So we go back the next day. We get in line. And everyone there said to both her and I, they said, wow, there's something different about you guys. What is it? I mean, you always look good. We see you looking nice. You dress very nice and you're looking very nice. And both men and women both were saying, wow, you just look really refreshed. And so her and I laughed together. We chuckled together. We didn't tell them what it was. We just told them that we did what Tony Robbins said to do. We took massive action, and we became what he spoke about. Now, they still to this day didn't know that it all that it was is that we had the same, our same look. We had our makeup on, the same thing. We were dressed very professional, the same way. We had everything the same exact way, but the difference was the lashes, ladies and gentlemen. See, the lashes, all they did, all it was, it just opened up our eyes more. But no one could put their finger on it. No one couldn't understand there was something different. There's something different about you two. It wasn't a different in the bad way. It was different in a refreshing way, in a positive way, in an uplifting way, in a transformative way. To the point that the people that were there, they began to speak more. We were already winning people over just because of how we are and how we show up in the world. But they couldn't figure it out. But we knew. And I share this story with you and I can share plenty of the stories, which I'm going to share in the book. You're going to find out more in the book, but I wanted to share the eyelash story. Because all it takes, ladies and gentlemen, is, in the words of Tony Robbins, less than 2%. And all I'm saying, Tony says take massive action. I say, damn it, execute. That's what I say. And all it takes is something it could be something so small, but it causes your environment to change so hugely. See, this is where I want you to get, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't require something so massive or something so uncomfortable. You do have to take massive action, as Tony Robbins says, and as I say, you will have to execute, damn it. But it doesn't mean that you have to do something that's 80%, 90%, 50%, 30%, 20%. No. Something is less than 2% that will change the trajectory of your life, that will change the outcome and the results that you receive. And yes, I was talking about eyelashes and the beauty factor, but it was different. Those people there, if you've ever been to a Tony Robbins event, you're around millionaires. So they're not impressed with that. But what they saw, they couldn't put their finger on. They knew something had happened. They knew there was a change. They knew that we had taken massive action. And although we did not reveal our secret, as I'm now revealing it now in 2019, because that happened back in 2008, is because I want you to understand, ladies and gentlemen, that something that as simple as what we did is decided to go to Walgreens, decided to get some lashes, decided to put on individual lashes. And it would happen the same way if we did the ones without the individuals. We did just regular lashes. But the bottom line is that we decided to do lashes. And although I could have stopped in the middle of the night, I kept taking massive action, or as I say, I kept executing. I refused to be denied. even though my eyes were bloody, with bloodshot red. But I said, hey, I can clear that up. See, some people will stop and say that this is too painful. Some people will stop just on the verge of mastering whatever that is. Had I stopped, had I said, okay, the heck with it, I'm not going to try and put on another individual lash. I'm going to go to sleep and I'm going to wait till my friend gets up in the morning and I'll just have her put them on myself. Then I know I would not have had that same tenacious spirit to tackle everything else. Today, yes, in 2008, that was a lash day. In 2019, it's me writing my best-selling book and me writing things down in my bestseller, okay? And as I said to you guys before, this is just one of the books. See, this is the big picture, ladies and gentlemen. The big picture is, Anne, you're talking about lashes. No, but it's bigger than lashes. It's because of the fact that I refuse to be defeated and I refuse to be denied and I refuse to give up. And that is the reason why I take the action that I do, that I execute like no man's business. Why? Because it's up to me. And you've got to know it's up to you, because there are people that just because of the fact of the way that you show up in your environment, it will cause other people to show up too. I mean, I can go on and on about the different conversations that we had because of the fact that we took massive action. And there's another story that I'm going to share in the book that I can't share now that caused us to end up backstage with Mr. Joseph McClendon because of the fact that we took massive action. But that is for the book. Mr. Joseph McClendon is a gentleman that works directly with Tony Robbins. Once again, we executed. And in the words of Tony Robbins, we took massive action. And it wasn't something so difficult. It wasn't something that you had to give your firstborn to and for. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I am so honored. I thank you for listening. I thank you for liking this page. I thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. I thank you for going with me in this journey. I thank you for taking a peek into my world, into a bestseller's world. I know I'm going to be on the stages with Lisa Nichols and Jack Canfield and all the other greats and the Oprah Winfreys and the Gayle Kings of the world and the Ellen DeGeneres and the Wendy Williams of the world. I already know I'm going to be on those stages. I already know I'm going to have a TED Talk. I already know it. I'm just right now being groomed. Right now, to put it in the same context of the lashes, I've got to be willing to put on one lash at a time. And so what if it falls? So what if my eye gets a little red? So what if I have to pick that lash up and do it again? So what if I have to stay up to the wee hours in the morning before I master it? So what if I have to allow myself to just be obedient to the calling and saying, I deserve to be able to embrace this assignment that I've been given, and I'm willing to not stop. I'm willing to keep going forward. I'm willing to keep going back and picking up another lash and putting it on. And until I master them staying on, until I master the glue not hitting my eye, until I master that they're all in a row and aligned perfectly, until I master burning the night oil, regardless of not giving up in the midst of my training. See, ladies and gentlemen, my story that I share is the eyelash story. Well, what is your story? What is your story that you have to forge forward? What is that story that you must master for yourself? Mine was the eyelash. And I have plenty of other stories, but mine were the eyelash. And not saying, well, telling my friend, well, just put it on my, okay, I went to sleep and I'm just going to wake up in the morning early and just so you can do them myself. No, I felt so accomplished when I woke up. And let me tell you, this is one of the most important parts. When I actually mastered putting them on, ladies, you'll understand this because of the fact that I had never did it before. I remember sleeping on my back. I said, I am not going to roll over. I slept on my back, had my eyelids with my beautiful lashes, and I slept beautifully. And when I woke up, I went to the bathroom mirror and I felt so accomplished. Not one of my lashes messed up, none of them crinkled, not one of them fell off. See, what is it that you have to be able to go in the mirror and feel a sense of accomplishment because you didn't give up? And although you had other people saying, hey, I'll just do that for you. Hey, don't worry about it. I'll take care of that for you. Hey, I see that you're having a little trouble. Let me take care of that for you. And instead of you saying, no, I thank you, but no thank you. I've got to do this on my own. What is that story for you? See, that's the reason why you've got to get Dammit Execute. That's the reason why you have to come to my upcoming event that's happening on November 9th. That's the reason why you've got to come to my book journey tell all that's going to be happening here in a private location here in the Fort Lauderdale area. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, you simply just go to dammitexecute.com, and that's DAMMIT execute EXECUTE.com. Right now we have the early bird special going on for those of you who love to get things early. That is still going on right now. Literally right now you can go there and get your tickets. Don't allow, and this goes for men too. It may not be an eyelash, okay, because you're not wearing eyelashes, okay? But it could be, something, it could be fixing a car. It could be, it could be something else that, how you're showing up at your work. How are you showing up as a man, as a human being? And what are those challenges? What are those challenges that even though with me, I had redness in my eye, I had glue in my eye. And again, I'm not saying for anyone to do that because you do have to be careful. It does tell you have to be careful if you have glue in your eye. But hey, listen, I said the heck with that. I'm not going to stop. I just refuse to stop. And that's why you've got to come to my book journey. That's why you have to come to my Tell All Book Journey event that's happening on November 9th. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, no more excuses. No more saying that it's painful. I had pain. I had glue in my eye. My eyes were red. So what? I'll get over it. And I felt so accomplished. I felt so great. When I got back up a few hours later in the morning and looked at myself in the mirror and said, you did that. And I haven't stopped putting on my lashes ever since. See? What are you willing to do? What are you willing to go through some pain, maybe some agony? What are you willing to do that you're not going to stop? That you're going to say, this just comes with the process. If you're talking about you're going to be within the 1%ers, then there are certain things that you've got to do and be willing to do. If you're talking about wanting to hang out with the Oprah Winfreys of the world, or whomever you admire, or whomever, or whatever organization or company or whatever it is that you say that you are really wanting to do, and be able to be at that level, to be able to have and create tables to invite other people onto the table that you have created. What is that thing? See, some people just want the outcome, but they're not willing, or they're not willing to go through the process. And one of the things that I want to say, and that goes into the practicing of the execution, is that's the reason why I continue to practice. I shared with you the eyelash story. You're going to have another story, and I want to hear your stories. When on November 9th, this is not going to be just me entertaining you, because I'm not there to entertain you. I'm there to hear you. I'm there to really hear you. I'm there to find out who are others who have maybe already written a book, and they didn't really see their book going in the direction that they really wanted it to go. I've had some people to contact me and say, hey, Ann, I'm going to be there. I've already written a book. I've written 2 or 3 books. I'm writing my 3rd book, but it's not really going in the direction that I want it to go. And Ann, I see that you're doing something totally different. And what are you doing differently? See, it's just that my approach is differently, because I'm willing, and not to say that they're not willing. So I'm not saying that they're not willing. Sometimes people just don't know. They just don't know the direction to go. And because I understand the direction to go, and I'm building this machine, okay, that I know that Dammit Execute is a franchise, ladies and gentlemen. See, it's bigger than a book. See, what you don't get is that I'm not just writing a book, ladies and gentlemen. I'm building a franchise. And see, that's why you need to be in that room on November 9th. It's a private location. And for those of you who are willing to just show up for you, and if you're not really too sure, I have the early bird tickets that are happening right now that you can get. I have the VIP tickets for those people who want a little bit more time with me. And then I have the regular general admission. But, hey, you've got to be willing to invest in yourself to find out this information, to see what is it that I'm doing? Why is it that although through my eyelash that I did, like I just shared earlier about my eyelash story, although I had different experiences and I could have gave up and just said, okay, told my friend girl, okay, hey, you just put my lashes on, forget about it, the heck with it. I'm going to go ahead and go to sleep. But I refused that. I appreciate that she wanted to help me, but I wouldn't have mastered it. I wouldn't have been able to appreciate my lashes. I wouldn't have been able to appreciate that beautiful look had I not done it myself. So ladies and gentlemen, again, my upcoming event that's happening on November 9th here in the Fort Lauderdale, Florida area. It's in a private location. You will get sent all of that information. Purchase your tickets now. I have, again, the early bird that's happening right now. That's only going to be for a short period of time. I also have the VIP tickets for those people who are really wanting to have a little bit more time with me. And then I also have the general admission. Again, simply go to dammitexecute.com, dammitexecute.com for more information. All of the details is right there. Also, I want to thank you for joining the Dammit Execute community page. I also have a group page as well. And for those of you who are listening via YouTube, via Twitter, via Instagram, all you have to simply do is go to facebook.com/Dammit Execute. Facebook.com/Dammit Execute, and that's where you will find the Dammit Execute community page, which will also lead you to the group page as well, okay? I also have the GoFundMe for all of those who really understand the journey, who really get it, who really want to be a part of this tribe, who really want to pull back the layers and learn more about, myself and the journey, and also could be featured in my upcoming best-selling book. Go to my GoFundMe page, which is gofundme.com/author Dammit Execute. Again, that's gofundme.com/author Dammit Execute. And if you forget that, if you go to dammitexecute.com, everything is right there. It will take you directly to the pages that you desire. All I ask is for you to share this information with other like-minded individuals, because the more you share, the more you help me to be able to reach and have a reach that I'm not able to do by myself. Hey, because it's a tribe. It's a tribe that allows things to happen, and I love tribes. Thank you for being a part of my tribe. Thank you for listening. Thank you for taking your Friday night out of your busy schedule and taking a listen to this. Wow. Thank you so much. Stay tuned to more videos. I look forward to seeing you on November 9th. Even if you're not in this area, you're going to want to get in the car. You're going to want to drive here. It's going to be worth your while. Again, go to dammitexecute.com. I am AnneHumphrey, your transformational life coach and speaker, and upcoming best-selling author of Dammit Execute. Thank you for joining me tonight. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you. Wow, this is fantastic.